Hello, and welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I'm here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have got epic troll slayers who have kept us safe for years. And we have got a fantastic community because you have been so kind to each other and so kind to me. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on a higher speed, or whatever works for you. So, okay, I just took this down. I didn't fully push it because I was taking it down quickly. So I'm just gonna. Hello. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you like the panels. I thought they were a lot of fun. I'm always big for some layered paper stuff. So, all right. Did I tell you that I've been making some Halloween cha-cha music? Because I'm me. Oh, they're making noise outside in the distance. Let me know if you want me to close this window. I will. Oh, thank you. Little fascinator. I thought it was fun. Here, as I'm pulling up the questions. Yeah, I'm going to close this. Gosh darn it. Oh, some people's kids. All right. Here, put this in for a second. While I'm pulling up the questions, because I have them, but they're on a different tab, we'll just play this. It's all instrumental. I call this one Wit Cha-Cha. Okay, I'll stop there. But, all right, that was fun. All right, so we go down into the nastiness that is politics today. And we've got we are about to go on an emotional ride. Oh, yes, we are. All right. You're great, Gussie. I'm glad you guys liked it. Actually, woke up with that in my head. All right, at 4:10. I wasn't even sure what to do with this as like a question, but remember, way back in the stupidity, way back in the years of stupidity, Trump was running against John McCain. Primary, I think. Was it primary? Or is it just something he said about John McCain later? Anyway, and said he likes war heroes who weren't captured. We like presidents who who weren't best friends with Jeffrey Epstein for decades. Just saying. Just a thought. Anyway, on Monday, Trump posthumously awarded Charlie Kirk the Presidential Medal of Freedom. And then during his speech, bragged that he himself, Trump himself, had avoided assassination. By your own side. Yeah. But I made a turn at a good time, Trump continued. Charlie couldn't believe it, actually. He said, "How did you make that turn?" I said, "I don't know." You're awarding a man the Presidential Medal of Freedom, and yet you still make it about you. Okay. Actually, no, I think that puts it very well. Ew. Ew. Sandra Lee is saying, we like presidents who are not convicted felons and narcissistic imbeciles. Yes, agreed. Oh, sorry. Amanda was saying, we would not like an orange evil jello mold for a president either, who is a criminal. Yes. Very much so. Anyway, I'm just going to see if anything comes up about this. Trump talking. Release the Epstein files. Shiny, shiny, look over here, look over there, look over there. Meanwhile, people are really hurting. You're giving your conservative base something to chew on. Throwing everything you can possibly think of out there. Meanwhile, Democrats are pulling together. Democrats are standing up. And yeah, you should be worried, because when Congress comes back, you might have a big problem on your hands. Dumpster fire. So, yeah. Posthumous. Did I say the wrong thing, Gail? Posthumously. Anyway. Okay. Okay. Is that rich gear? Quote, we're about 3 lines deep into the first they came from poem. It's not a very long poem, folks. True. Absolutely true. Whew. Okay. Anyway, like I said, we're on an emotional roller coaster today. So at 8 minutes 50 seconds in, oh dear. Okay, so we know that in 2 days' time, the No Kings protests are going on across the country, right? Fair enough. The Trump administration is apparently finalizing plans for 2 days of events under the pretext of the 250th anniversary of the U.S. Marine Corps. And by the way, to Marines, thank you for your service, your hard work. You, we appreciate. Your commander-in-chief, we despise. Okay. Sources describe... Okay, so basically... it's missing... It's what's actually happening is farther down in what's written here. So I've got to find the exact things. Okay, so... all right, so... what they're planning on doing on Saturday is in is it near Camp Pendleton in California? Correct me if I'm wrong. Trump wants to do a show of force, which will cause a closure of the I-5 during the protests. Because the closure, sources describe the closure as part of a vanity parade that may involve Navy warships shooting live missiles into Camp Pendleton. As a show of force. J.D. Vance is expected to be present and intends to lead the parade. Parade? Squeak, 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 squeak. The show of military force and I-5 closures, if the plan is completed, will also be taking place during the No Kings protests, which are expected to be very large across California cities and the rest of the country. The major road closures coincide with the federal government closure, leaving thousands of Marines and federal employees unpaid, even as they are ordered to support the festivities. I-5, Southern California's economic backbone, carries more than 80,000 daily travelers and moves $94 million of freight every day between San Diego and Orange counties. The ripple effects could cripple emergency response times, business operations, and regional supply chains, costing an estimated $8.2 million in lost visitor spending per day. Local officials say the event was announced with scant notice, no coordination, and zero transparency. Personally, apparently Newsom just found out about it, and if I was him, I would be down at the courthouse like now to say that's not safe and completely unnecessary. But I was talking to Sarah about this morning, and apparently she was saying, correct me if I'm wrong, but she was saying that the dumpster fire administration, they've started ignoring what the judges say to do. Really. So Chris Cole says closing I-5 is 100 times worse than Chris Christie's Bridgegate. Yeah. Oh, must know this song. Please share. Sorry if I missed the title. Oh, Gussie. Gussie, it's something I made. It's just an instrumental thing I made. And I call it Wit Cha Cha. It's Halloween Cha Cha. Witch Cha Cha. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Saturday. I-5 closures. Missiles. Live missiles. Live missile. Grace's closure canceled, I believe. Oh, really? Please tell me that's true. Please tell me that's the case. Okay, major headlines. Senate vote set to vote on advancing Pentagon funding bill amid shutdown. Echoing raids in LA. Parts of Chicago are untouched by ICE. Others are under siege. I'm not seeing anything. Does anyone, have you heard anything about the closure being canceled? Newly surfaced photo shows Trump with young Republicans in racist group chat scandal. I'm shocked, I tell you. Okay, I'm not seeing anything, but sorry. Oops. It'll be okay. Yeah, I don't know that this is yeah. You're using a bunch of military people who don't deserve. King of Swords. Marines know what they're doing. Two of Pentacles, Three of Swords. I can tell you, Marines don't like being used politically. Why not? Why not have something done where they're actually appreciated for what they've done and their hard work? Not using it as politics to scare off protesters. No one in the military likes that. No. Magician. Okay, he does it because he can. Eight of Pentacles. And making them work without pay. I mean, what else would they do besides stand in line to get at charity food baskets? Evelyn says at this point, nothing shocks me anymore. Doxy Mom's wondering if this is an order they will disobey. Mm-hmm. Mare says, did you see the Marine with a 24-year career who quit today? I'm not surprised. Lucky Girl was saying, Mary posted, my husband was, they got rid of all the spaces. My husband was stationed at Camp Pendleton. This is standard procedure. This is where they practice their war games. What isn't standard procedure is the hype, the freeway closure, and the blatant lies. Okay, thank you. Brenda, yes, I hope everyone is keeping their chins up. Yeah, we're going to get through this. It's just, they're not there for your amusement. King of the Bog of Eternal Stench. They're real people with real jobs and who work very hard. Nettie says there are a lot of Marines quitting. I wouldn't blame them. Yeah, this is just far-right communication. King of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, sending the military show of force. Four of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. This is a day late and a dollar short. Yeah, if this goes through, and I'm not entirely convinced it will, but if this goes through, if this happens, this will backfire. It will look like exactly what it is. This won't look like anything else. So, yeah, I need to take this off. Oh, my poor, I have a giant head. I have much forehead, and I have just a giant head in general. So, all right. Sheesh. Anne says, LOL, how to use this space. Love it. Way to go, lucky girl. It was impressive. It was. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you like the hairband. It's just crushing my skull. Nettie says, real Marines are not the ones you want to play stupid with. Agreed. Yeah. Lisa's asking, is this the birthday parade again? Oh, Charles, that's sweet. Do you have anything that doesn't look good on you? Oh, you're very sweet. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Thank you. Thank you, Gail. All right. I'm just going to move on to the next thing because this will not go well. And as far as fancy pants, please. Okay. But wait, there's more. At 1920, which should be more like 1938, President Blunderdum is reportedly planning a major overhaul of the IRS. For the better, I'm sure. Melissa says, me too. Bless your forehead. I'm happy with it, but it is what it is. All right. Overhaul of the IRS. Okay. To expand its authority to investigate left-leaning groups. Because of course. Yeah. Thank you, Anne, for becoming a member. Thank you. With a senior Trump ally expected to lead the agency's criminal division and reportedly drafting a list of potential targets, including prominent Democratic donors. Critics warn the move could politicize federal tax enforcement. You don't say. You don't? Really? Really? Okay. And weaponize the IRS against political opponents. Yeah. Will he get away with it? Then he says, wait, isn't that against the law? Oh, yeah, they don't follow laws. Yeah, he doesn't. Mayor's saying we're in a soft civil war, everybody. We have a lot of the same astrology going on. So there is that energy in the air. Luckily, so far, we're not actually... Things aren't happening where there needs to be a reenactor spending their weekends, you know. Deb gifted 10 memberships to random people in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Dorinda says, when the IRS investigated right-leaning groups for misuse of charity designations, the Republicans nearly fainted. Yes, I remember that. And Charles is saying his only reason for overhauling the IRS is to cover up fraudulent tax returns. Ding. Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. Bear is saying he doesn't pay his taxes and is proud of it. Yes. Yes. So, yeah, going after Democrats. Trying to cause as much strain and stress as possible. Keep the little people busy so they can't protest. They can't. Yes, and the wealthy class can rule over us poors. Page of Wands, Six of Swords. That's pathetic. That makes me think that maybe nothing's going to come of this because this energy is sad, pathetic, and small. Kind of like Trump. Sad, pathetic, small. Because that's the like MAGA supporters would get caught up in it, and this is sending people out. But this is minor arcana. This energy is very small. It's very small. So maybe he won't have a whole lot of luck. Ugh. Oh, thank you, Gussie. Thank you. Oh, Kristen from Uncover the News is here. Hello, Kristen. Breaking: U.S. President Blunderdum and Russian President narcissistic sociopath or psychopath will meet in Budapest. Aww. Will they bring cupcakes? Will they quietly pass little notes to each other? I love you. I love you more. You're so special. Okay. Let's have a look. Yes, and don't forget Saturday night. 7 p.m. Central Time at 24:30 is Patreon social, and where I'm on screen, but you can come on screen with me, and we talk to each other, and you put faces to names. But Miss Sarah's going to be there the whole time too. You can talk directly to Miss Sarah, and you can stay in the chat if you want. We try to follow that too, but you can. It's a lot of fun. So that's Saturday night on Patreon. Links in the description. I don't have expensive tiers, so you should come. Okay. Trump and Putin sitting in a tree. Killing. Okay. I love you more. Do you like me? Yes or no? Basically, Putin's trying to. Trump has leaned toward supporting Zelensky. So Putin's like, but, seeing if he can woo Donald back with his authoritarian corruption. There's a war on. This is about where the resources are going to go. And Trump was starting to move in the right direction because he wants to be on the winning side and Putin's losing. Maria says, I'll be with my grandkids Saturday night. I can't wait. Oh, to be with your grandkids, that's good. So, yes, Melissa, he loves me, pluck. He loves me not, pluck. He's going to build a tower for me. He's not going to build a tower for me. He is going to build a tower for me. He's not going to build a tower for me. So will taco, will chicken taco, flip sides again. There's more in it for Trump if he does if he sides with Ukraine. There actually is. Europe has a lot more to give him. Ukraine has a lot more to give him than Putin does. But okay, so things were okay. So you've got the 10 of cups and the 10 of pentacles. These are your legacies. These are your like happy families or conservative legacy family stuff. So those are competing. Sleepless nights in the middle. Work, daily work, chariot. Big movement. I don't know. I'm not feeling the love here. Everyone says Putin has bad blackmail on Trump. Oh, he's gonna have to prove that to Trump. Hello, Valerie. Justice card. Oh, the goodie box. Oh, hey, Blunderdum. Hey, you can love a little box of money just for you. All you have to do is support the losing side. Now there's justice. Three of Swords, Knight of Wands. Putin's losing. It's just how it is. And there you've got the Democratic families and temperance, which is where we're going. Putin is going to lose. Ukraine is going to win. Period. I've never picked up anything different. So what will Dumpster Fire do? I get him leaning away from Putin just because I think Putin's own not Putin. I think Trump's security services are explaining to him how much Putin's going to lose, by how much. So, and Trump does not want to be on the losing side. So I guess we'll have to see. Will there be some kind of compromise that Putin uses against Trump? Cindy says, then why meet? Oh, because Putin wants to convince him otherwise. But Trump's been complaining even that Putin makes promises on the phone and then does the exact opposite, which makes Trump look bad. And as Hal Sparks has rightfully, he put it very well, Trump cannot be shamed, but he can be embarrassed, like most narcissists. Compromise. Well, it's not like this is burden. It's not like there's no compromising information about Donald J. Virginius Trump. Throw a rock. Shaky ground. Refusal. Keeping things hidden. Maybe. I don't have secrets here, though. But keeping some things hidden. Yeah. Lisa says maybe Putin has a copy of the Epstein files or tapes. My understanding, and I could be wrong, but I don't think it's just one thing. I think the Epstein files are a combination of paper and electronic stuff. But I could be wrong. So, all right. Lewis says Putin's famous for his cocktails and windows. Oh dear. How's he? No, dude. I don't. Okay, do we need to check that? 30, 31, 30. I can't save anything, and my description box is too long right now. But is Trump in real danger? Something going to happen to him? That wouldn't be in Putin's best interest right now. Unless he's somehow, gotten into the ear of Vance. Nah. No, temperance. Hermit strength, Knight of Pentacles, Secret Service is all over this. And it's not just Secret Service. They're going to be overseas. CIA is going to be around, you name it. Oh, thank you, Charles. It's very sweet. Alas, were that true. World justice. No, I don't have anything bad happening to Trump. And I don't want anything. I don't want a foreign adversary hurting Trump. I don't. That does not help us. That does no good. There should not be violence in politics, period. Anyway. All right. So, moving on. At 33:10, I read something funny on social media about this. So President Dumpster Fire threatened to deploy federal troops to San Francisco, claiming the city is plagued by violent crime. Woo! Okay. But local and state officials strongly rejected the move as unnecessary authoritarian crackdown. An unnecessary authoritarian crackdown, citing data that shows that violent crime has fallen sharply. Yeah. Governor Newsom and Mayor Daniel Lurie emphasized the city's record low homicide rates, while immigrant rights groups warned that any troop deployment would fuel fear and civil rights violations. Yeah. So the question here is, are we going to see ICE at Haight Ashbury? And what I saw on social media, someone was saying, hang on, the kind of people they're recruiting for ICE these days. So you think that, what they say, so you think that some of these people are going to, go from having an In-N-Out burger and they're actually going to be able to chase down people on the hills in San Francisco? Yeah, I hadn't thought of that. Yeah. Dean Cain huffing and puffing his way through the obstacle course, trying to chase people up and down the hills in San Francisco. Raymond says the Texas murder rate is 3 times the rate in California. And I'm not surprised. So, big old federal troops back in, it's like the 60s all over again. Only my understanding is Haight Ashbury has become fairly, I could be wrong, but my understanding is it's become fairly commercial, you know, like a lot of things do. But in this deck, that's Dracula coming through the window. She's just sitting there reading a letter, minding her own business. This isn't, this is a, what? Go away. What the heck are you doing here? Page of Imps. Oh, yeah. I don't know that they've got the strength for it. Ace of Cups. Page of Swords. 8 of Wands. Throwing everything they have at it. 3 of Cups. No, if they're there, it'll be like it was in California, where, oh, look, you look really ridiculous doing a show of force in an empty place. And says it's a tourist trap. It's not like the 60s. Mm-hmm. So, Melissa says, I do that climbing stairs. Anyway. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm not getting anything major. Whew. Butterfly Love Child says, last time I went, one of the alleyways in the hills was all stairs. Anyway. All right. I hope I made you laugh a little bit, but that's what I'm getting. Okie dokie. So now, if that didn't make you laugh, 3730. This made me laugh. 3730. You know how the far right, they're losing their minds over Bad Bunny performing at the Super Bowl halftime show? Okay, and now MAGA's talking about doing their own Super Bowl halftime show. Huh. Right? Huh. We don't like that. It's not an American, and he's not an American. Yes, he is. But it's not in American. It's called English, and it's not our only language in this country, but okay. Right? They're going to do their own. Apparently, Turning Point USA has a planned conservative alternative to the Super Bowl halftime show. And despite admitting, she's not been asked, Lara Trump has volunteered to perform. Yeah. Where are my earplugs? Oh. She's volunteered. But it's not until late January, early February. I think it's in February. So, I mean, it's way past Halloween, and being able to crack glass with the sound of your voice, not a high note, just in general. Screech Fest, says Phyllis. Yes. Valerie is from Sage the Scales Tarot. Do you follow Sage the Scales Tarot? Is saying, oh, please, oh, please, oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. Yes. Ten of Swords says, a real crowd pleaser. Oh, man. Deb is saying, I hope they warned all the dogs nearby. It's February. Thank you, Anne. Iron Cauldron Tarot is saying that's cruel and unusual. Wow. But they haven't invited her. Not yet. They must be about to. Yeah. You're only there because of your family. You have no talents of your own. Anyway, Iron Cauldron Tarot saying she sounds like a strangled goat. Look, Paul is saying Screech would be a good nickname for her. And Lewis is suggesting they could just call the whole halftime show Loser Palooza. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, they're just trying to stir up attention. Four of Swords, crickets. Fool right in the middle. Seven of Swords and Two of Wands. Trying to steal attention. Most people, what they'll do is they'll turn off. If they don't want to see the halftime show that's there, they'll just go away for a little while. They'll go do other stuff. They'll go get some food. I'm not seeing massive ratings for this thing. Lewis is asking, will it be televised in all 80 states? 81 states, Lewis. 81. Don't you know there are 81 states? Visualize 70 says the National Guard have been armed with pepper spray, rubber bullets, and Lara Trump's singing. Make it stop. Yeah. Just if you don't like the halftime show, just don't watch it. Aaron Parnas, yes, 24-year Marine colonel resigns in protest of Trump. That headline just popped up. Page of Cups, the youngins. What are the youngins? The young people want to see. Judgment, Eight of Wands, Magician, Six of Cups. Here's the thing. This, one of the things about the halftime show that these people have not twigged is even some of the best performers mess it up. And the next day, people are going to be talking about it. And you want to be around the water cooler, the old water cooler. You want to be able to say, there are a lot of people you want to be able to say, oh yeah, I saw part of that. Oh yeah. So was he able to pull the rabbit out of the hat? Was he able to make it a good show? So you can be up on what people are talking about. So these people trying to politicize this and make their own something. I have a lot of people, there's a certain Olympics energy to it of, did he make the dismount? And then people talking about it. This right-wing stuff. People want to they want to judge and talk to others. That's part of the joy. It's not something somebody would say. Like, oh, I'm going to watch it so I can keep up with everybody else and know what other people are talking about. People they're not going to come out and say that, but that's part of it. So Terrace is also evaluating commercials. Exactly. Yes. Oh, and I saw something in the chat. I'm fully aware that Bad Bunny is an American citizen. Fully. Don't worry about that. Okay. So, and yet there's more. At 40. Oh. Trouble in Keg Paradise, 44, 45. Reports are coming out that President Blunderdum might be planning on firing Hegseth by January. That Hegseth embarrassed Trump with the calling all those military people in who sat stone-faced the whole time. Because that's the thing about Hegseth. Can he just let our national secrets just fly through the air? Sure. Can he imbibe whatever he wants whenever he wants? Sure. But you do not embarrass the emperor. So, yeah. Whew. Oh, keg's breath. It's also a matter of who would Trump replace him with. If Trump has somebody in mind to replace him with, Lena is saying, didn't Trump invite himself to that meeting? Yes, absolutely. But that's not the point. Do you know what I mean? Oh, he absolutely. There's no way he was going to let Keg's breath get that kind of attention on his own. 8 of Swords. Oh, yeah. Everybody was tightly wound at that meeting. And Trump felt very small. He felt like the small, pathetic loser that he is. An embarrassment. He was really embarrassed by that. Page of Pentacles. So there's a Hanged Man. Page of Wands, which could be, yeah, you're done. And then Keg's breath completely reduced. There's a real possibility here. The embarrassment, the stench of embarrassment coming off of this is very strong. But the question is, who would we replace him with? Who else is... There aren't that many people in the country, let alone in his circles, who would actually do these jobs, who would go along with a lot of this stuff. Hands in the Tower. Choices. Yeah. Hanged Man, Hierophant. Yeah, suspension. Well, right now we're going through government shutdown, but suspension could be Keg's breath. Governments or institutions, aggressive movement. Sword. Tower. Yeah, I wouldn't get too comfortable, Petey. Yeah. Yeah. Stephen Miller. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh gosh, just a thought. Stephen Miller as the Secretary of War. I'm gonna have to read on that, aren't I? Oh God. All right. All right, hang on. Yes, Arsenault. Valley Girl, Nazi Ferratu. Valley Ghoul, Nazi Ferratu. All right, let me go down here. And there it is. Oh. Is Stephen Miller like gonna be like the Secretary of like War? The Ninth Circuit. Okay. Stephen Miller. Yeah, I know. There's a justice card. I don't think so, actually. 5 of Swords, adding insult to injury. We know what he'd be like. There's a plan. Yeah. Trying to stir things up. Yeah. 10 of Wands. There's a burden here. Page of Wands. So there's something holding Miller from advancing. Plus the fact that I actually wouldn't be completely surprised if the military wouldn't, some people somewhere in the Pentagon wouldn't find ways to start messing with Miller. That there wouldn't be pranks. And yeah, he's a nasty little bully. And it feels like real military people would, they didn't like Cake's breath, but I think Miller would be a whole other level. Whew. No, Sandra, this is the background music you get when you read on Nazi Ferratu, Valley Gould, Nazi Ferratu, Stephen Miller. Yeah. As is too much light on the Department of War, Nazi Ferratu likes to be the man behind the curtain. That's true. Queen of Pentacles, 7 of Wands on the defensive, refusal. Yeah, this doesn't feel like him. Might even be a woman. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yes. All right. Deb says, what about DeSantis? I haven't heard anything about that. Marie says, someone else called him Skinless Mole Rat Miller. I can neither confirm nor deny. All right. So we're done with we're done with you. Yuck. Okay. So at Heather was wondering at 5240. 5240. The original authoritarian German, old German regime was famously good at keeping records. Some of these records were essential in prosecuting people after the fall of the regime. Is our government keeping records on who is hired? ICE agents, contractors, for other nefarious, illegal activities? Or is all of this being done through third parties with little record keeping? Just wondering. They avoid keeping any kind of records if they can get away with it. So Tishy is saying, oh, they're shredding records. The fish rots from the head, and he could not be more rotten. And he's been there for a while, so the rot has seeped down. Fool, 10 of Wands, burden. I mean, Trump famously rips things up and throws them on the floor when he's done with them. And in this first administration, there were some people who would actually gather those things up. And because of the Presidential Records Act, would actually go to a nearby building and have to tape everything back together. Your tax dollars at work. I don't even think they're bothering this time. I haven't heard anything about it. Page of Wands, Ace of Wands, Nine of Wands. No, they want as little attention as possible. They want as little that they can be held accountable for. That's why they keep using their own personal emails. They think somehow that's gonna keep them safe. Yeah. All right. So at 50. All right, let's just jump ahead to this one, make sure we get to it. 5535. Starting November 1st, all people under the age of 65 who are on SNAP or food stamps must show work for 80 hours a month to get food stamps, SNAP benefits. At first I read that, I thought it was 80 hours a week, and I just was losing my mind, but no, it's 80 hours a month. But you have to, in order to get food stamps, you have to be 14 or younger, and you have to work at least 80 hours a month, which means you 15-year-olds out there better buck up. 15-year-olds have to work 80 hours a month. If they don't, is there a poorhouse that we can do? They can force people to do forced labor like in the Victorian era? Dependents can only be claimed from age 14 or younger. Clearly, this is cruelty to poor people. Will this cause more protests? We're already pretty mad. Charles is saying Orange Face doesn't even put in 80 hours a month. Yeah. Yeah, Goral's saying that's more than the felon works. Yeah. Joyce's SNAP runs out of money on November 1st. There's that. Eva's saying someone called Charles Dickens. They're infringing on his copyright. Rowan says it will ensure that poor teenagers have to drop out. Great. It's infuriating. Oh, yes, but the rich. Oh, partay. King of Pentacles, King of Swords. These people. They have no clue. Their privilege knows no bounds. They are cruel to people who are less fortunate. And then they call themselves Christian. Yeah. Page of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Empress. This is the country they want to live in. Well, this isn't the country we want to live in, and there are more of us than there are of you. So this kind of garbage, yeah. And all I can hope is that enough people come to their senses and that this ends the ability of the Republicans to get hired practically anywhere after this, because they've shown their true colors. Oh gosh, I hadn't even thought of that. Oh, 15-year-olds can find employment at Mar-a-Lago. Oh my God. Oh my God, I hadn't even thought of that. Oh, thank you, Liz. Thank you. Wow. Okay. Okay. 5915. Nettie had a question, and I think this is going to clear me out for the day. So I've covered everything everybody asked. Dumpy. Nettie was saying Dumpy now is asking the courts to indict John Bolton. That happened. See, I forget John Bolton's name because when I think of him, I named his mustache because it has more personality than he does. And no, Lewis, that was a good point. That was a very good point. The mustache has more personality than he does. So I've named the mustache Duke. Yeah. So anyway, so Duke might get indicted. And that's just, what has Duke ever done to anybody? Lisa says, I think Virginia's book is coming out Tuesday. So expect distraction, jazz hands. Look over here, look over there. Oh, by the way, it's not in here now. We could talk about it tomorrow if you're interested. But the Sun is saying they got hold of a whole lot of emails and all this stuff that Prince Andrew's been saying about he stopped being friends with Epstein in 2010. Yeah, no. In 2011, apparently, according to the Sun, Andrew sent an email to Epstein saying, it's okay. We'll make sure we stick together over the allegations. And apparently there could be more in that, but the Sun is only saying so much. And I don't know what the laws are in the UK. So I don't know if law enforcement can say, okay, look, you don't have to tell us your sources, but we need that evidence. I don't know. Yes, Raymond, expect desperate publicity stunts. Yes. Yes. So, King of Cups, Bolton. It's not, he went against Trump, so he's the enemy. He's not a Democrat. It's not Democratic energy. Walking away, cause worry. This is just to appease dumpster fire. This is just wanting to cause him some grief. That's all I've got here. Indict him for what? It's not like things have gone so well with indicting Comey or Letitia James. They're vindictive. He's vindictive. Make sure those people are out in the cold. Illusion, delusion. There's not much here. If there's anything, look, I don't like Bolton at all, but there's nothing here. So even if they do, it doesn't look like it's going to come to anything. So, all right. Well, okay, so it is 1:20 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, Creative Sprints will be starting. Miss Sarah's going to be handling that. I am lucky enough that, in theory at least, I will be recording something, not live, but I will be recording something with Kirsten Langston. And I'm going to have to see about how she wants to cover that. And because if she leaves me to my own devices, I want to do the art, and I'm building a presentation. And if she doesn't want to do that, then I can share my presentation with you at some point before Halloween. Yes, an actual PowerPoint type thing, because I'm me. Anyway, all right. But Saturday night is Patreon. You're always welcome. Seriously, there aren't expensive. There aren't expensive tiers. And you can talk directly to Miss Sarah and to me. And here we go. So one more time, we'll Cha-cha. All right. Please remember you're not alone. We're in this together. There are good days ahead. And as far as what I'm doing for Halloween, it's a big secret every year. So I hope you like it. So, all right, take care. And I will see you, if not this afternoon over in Creative Sprints, eventually. I will see you back here tomorrow as always. All right, take care. All right.